Hey everyone, I am currently in Copenhagen, exploring the city, eating delicious food, and of course doing some street photography with my X-T30 Mark II Fujifilm camera. Let me know if you would like to see video about that. Speaking about my Fujifilm camera, from time to time I receive from you some questions about my accessories and what I use with my Fujifilm camera. And while I was packing all my gear for this trip, I thought it might be useful to do a video talking about all my accessories that I use with my Fujifilm camera. So if you're interested, stick around for this video, share your thoughts in the comments, and let's begin. If you have just got a new camera, it's a good idea to grab an extra battery right away. Cameras like the Fuji X-T30 Mark II or similar sized ones often comes with small batteries that might not last long enough. So having an extra battery ensures you won't run out of power during your shoot. Another useful thing to consider is getting a battery charger. Nowadays, even camera manufacturers have followed Apple's trend of excluding battery chargers from the packaging. You'll need to buy one separately, because charging the battery via the camera itself isn't very convenient. Plus, if you have an extra battery, it's a good idea to invest in a dual battery charger so you can charge two batteries simultaneously. Personally, I have a dual charger and I can confirm that it's very convenient to charge two batteries at once. I'll include a link to a dual charger for Fujifilm as well as other items I'll be discussing in the description below. Okay, so now that you have got a spare battery and a charger, it's important to think about protecting your camera. Some people opt for silicone cases or vinyl stickers to shield their cameras, but that's not my style. I prefer to enjoy and embrace the design of my camera without hiding it behind a case or sticker. However, if you are interested, I'll include links to those options below. Even though I don't use a case or sticker, I still want to protect the screen of my camera. In my opinion, a screen protector is quite useful. There are already some scratches on the screen protector of my Fuji camera, but without it, those scratches would be on the actual screen. Now I can simply replace the screen protector and the screen will look as good as new. Another important thing I like to do is protect the camera lens. I use basic UV filters on all my lenses to shield them from scratches or damage. These filters act as an extra layer of glass, so if anything were to hit the lens, it would first encounter the filter, reducing the risk of damage to the actual lens glass. Additionally, I have a lens filter pack for my XF27mm f2.8 lens, which includes not only UV filter but also a polarizer and few other filters. This allows me to swap filters depending on the shooting conditions I encounter. If you are considering getting a UV filter, you might want to grab an extra one to create your own DIY mist filter. Mist filters soften an image, reducing the sharpness that modern cameras typically produce. They add a vintage feel to your photos or videos, giving them character. Making a DIY mist filter is straightforward. You'll need a simple UV filter and some hairspray. Spray a bit of hairspray into the air and move the filter through the mist to collect some spray particles. You can repeat this process a few times to adjust the strength of the effect. The more hairspray particles on the filter, the more it will blur the final image. Experiment until you achieve the desired result. One tip is to ensure that hairspray particles are on the inner side of the filter. This way, when you attach it to the lens, you won't accidentally smudge it if you touch the filter or need to clean it. The particles will stay on the inner side of the glass until you decide to wash them off. If budget isn't an issue, you can also opt for actual mist filters, and I'll provide links to those below. Another handy accessory I recommend is a shutter button extension. On my Fuji X-T30 Mark II and some other Fujifilm cameras, there is an old school shutter button that allows you to attach a wired remote shutter button. However, it's not the most comfortable to use. With the shutter button extension, operating and taking a photo becomes much easier. Plus, you can add a touch of style if you want. For example, I opted for a red colored extension and enjoy the subtle pop of red against my black Fuji. There are various colors and shape options available, so you can choose what works best for you. If you prefer the extension to blend in with your camera, you can also get it in black or silver to match. Another really useful thing for me is the camera strap quick release system. It's incredibly handy and I would recommend getting a few sets at once. Previously, attaching a camera strap meant it would stay with the camera forever because it was such a hassle to attach and detach. But now with this quick release system, I can easily detach the camera strap when I get home and put the camera on the desk or shelf without extra clutter from the strap lying around. And of course, if you get a camera strap quick release system, then you can also get a few
camera straps as well. For example, I currently have this nice climbing rope camera setup in red color as well as in black if I want to go more discreet. However, you can find plenty of other styles that would suit your needs. The only thing I would recommend is to get a wrist strap as well, because if you have a quick release system, it will be pretty easy to swap between neck and wrist straps, and sometimes a wrist strap is more convenient to use. Personally, I have this OG Fujifilm leather wrist strap that I kept from my Fuji X100F, to which I attached a quick release buckle, and sometimes I like to shoot with it instead of carrying my camera around the neck. I will link some alternatives to this leather Fujifilm wrist strap in the comments below. The last thing I will talk about today is a camera bag. If you have a compact camera, then the good idea would be to get a camera sling bag, which would be more convenient to use instead of carrying a small camera in a camera backpack. Currently, I am testing this 6-liter camera sling bag from Ulanzi that I bought, I believe, for 40 euros. It is quite spacious for my Fuji X-T30 Mark II camera, and it comes with one origami style divider. But the downside of the bag is the not so good quality. On the promo images, the bag looks way better, and in my case, for example, two sides of the bag are stitched differently, to which Ulanzi said they don't see the difference, and if it doesn't affect the use of the bag, then it's okay. It is a very strange approach from the company, so keep in mind that Ulanzi's shoulder bags can sometimes lack in quality. If you want the same style bag but with way better quality, then I would suggest a sling from Peak Design, which definitely would be of better quality and overall a bit more functional, but it comes with a bit higher price compared to Ulanzi. I will link both bags in the description so you can check them yourself and decide which one will be better for you. So here you go. I hope this video was useful for you and you found some things you might need, and I will link everything in the description below. Leave a comments what do you think about my accessories. Leave a suggestions what I should look at to add to my accessories kit for my Fujifilm camera. Hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like, comments below, and I wish you a good day, and I will go continue exploring Copenhagen. Oh, and before I leave you, don't forget about SD card. I have two SD cards, one 28 gigs of memory. So here, obviously, if you don't get a SD card, you won't be able to shoot images. And it's always a good idea to bring at least two cards with you, because one card might fail or you can run out of memory. So bring two cards with you at every time. And yeah, that's all now, and have a nice day. Bye.